This is Noel Tate, one half of the Velvet Drapes from Trapped in a World, the Howard the Duck podcast, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to another week of the Capes and Lunatics. On the road edition. No, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that traveling man himself. It is
Charlie, the professor.
They let him out of prison for good behavior, and she who knows no good behavior. It is
I'm Florida woman. I'm not allowed to leave the state for another 2 years.
Whoa! The string of unsolved murders, disappearances, satire and parody. FBI satire and parody.
Allegedly.
There's no evidence.
So we got a good one for you this week.
That's right. All right. So before we jump into our review of the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Lilith wanted to mention Leslie Jones's new project,
Plastic Woman on HBO Max.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That SNL ship is sinking. Everybody's leaving. Except for Keenan, because, you know, he can't get work elsewhere. So.
Oh, burn!
He's problematic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn, more problematic.
He's gonna ride that boat till there's no more. Till there's no more ocean.
That's pretty bad when you say someone's more problematic than, like, what, Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson is not problematic. He's just,
He's
he's a white guy on SNL.
Ah, yeah.
I mean,
hey man,
if history has taught us anything,
man, he cashed in on fourth white guy on SNL. That's all I'll say.
Still not as great as Adam Sandler.
So
Nobody else.
Woman, or is she being a live action plastic woman?
It's looking like a live act. Is it a? I have conflicting reports that it's a cartoon, kind of in the vein of Harley Quinn, and then I saw a report that it's live action. So we don't really know much yet.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could see it either way. But I, for a Plastic Man character, or a Plastic Woman character, because I'm assuming it's based off of Plastic Man, but they've done a gender swap on it. I would rather see that in animation, as I think that the plasticity is better done in animation than it is done in real life.
And you could probably do more visual jokes and stuff in animation.
They did pretty good on a Flash budget. I mean, I hated Ralph Dibny because, you know, it was supposed to be Plastic Man, not Elongated Man.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, but you have to remember that Plastic Man's powers isn't just stretching.
No, but that's all they're going to show.
Control,
Much like Miss Marvel, probably that's all they're going to show.
I'm seeing a couple.
Miss Marvel, they're not even doing the stretching. So
I'm seeing a couple headlines where it says, "Yeah, Leslie Jones will headline, Plastic Woman adult animated series." So yeah, it's probably gonna be the Harley Quinn.
Adult animated.
Yeah, and another one saying she's gonna voice. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good for her. That's the gig, man. You roll in, man.
Yeah, voice acting? Yeah.
Just roll in, look like whatever, and just read your lines. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a reason Mel Blanc did it for all those years, you know?
What do you think? No one on the
best Batman and our best Joker, if that's any indication.
What do you think the Simpsons cast is trying to make that a lifelong job?
It's really not them at this point. It's the studio. They've recorded them saying every letter word in the freaking English, Spanish, in the whole universe, binary, whatever. Even if they do die, they're good to go.
They could, theoretically, yes. Honestly, that's the thing. It's like right now they've all got enough money, they can do what they want. But, at the same time, they also love to act. And, if you're Harry Shearer, maybe people are knocking down your doors. But, most other actors.
Don't worry, babes. Harry, I'll knock down your door. You're the best of us.
Hell. But I think too they're probably paying more money for a live read rather than pre-recorded stuff.
Oh yeah. and I don't think they'd do that anyway. I think the
I wouldn't put it past the mouse. You have to remember, Disney owns Fox now. I would not put it past the mouse.
No, that's true too.
I mean, look at what they're doing with Rescue Rangers, which we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about. We got to stay on track.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out my friend who said, who is like, you heard of Netflix and chill. How about Disney Plus and Thrust? And I said, nah, it still doesn't have that same ring.
Disney Plus and what?
Thrust.
Oh, yeah, that does. First off, Netflix and chill doesn't even rhyme, so you don't need to force a rhyme in it.
Exactly.
You know, it's... And,
but the sex has to be implied, you see, so...
Well, but, you know, chill isn't necessarily...
Hulu and get horizontal, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I guess I'll allow it. You know...
I'm going to hold on principle. Let's get into this TV show.
That's what she said.
This is not as good as The Mandalorian. I'm just going to be...
Oh! Coming in hot!
Well, you know... I like.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a movie a million years ago until a solo story tanked, and they had to rework it into a freaking miniseries. Just had so much stacked up against it. Like the bar was low for me. I mean, all Ewan McGregor has to do is just show up, and I'll watch with the sound off. But he's a cannon dodger. This show's a cannon dodger, and that I cannot abide by.
Okay, well, first off, what are you saying is canon dodgery here?
Everything.
Whoa.
Except the first 5 minutes. There I said it.
Okay, well,
You mean the recap?
You know, look. I mean, I'm not going to claim to have some vast Star Wars lore knowledge base at my fingertips. But, unless you're talking expanded universe...
No, we never talk expanded universe because there's no agreed upon. The expanded canon is the Wild West. It's like Star Trek novels. Like, good luck.
You know, but I don't think anything is I mean, first off, this gives you why Obi-Wan was just sitting in the cave for so long. You know, because
that's all those damn Jedis do. That's like their default method, apparently.
Well, no.
Yeah, look at Yoda.
No,
exactly.
Yeah, well, it's just him and Yoda, really. You know, those two were just, hiding out, not using the Force, just afraid of their own shadows. Other Jedi are out there, like they say, outing themselves, because they're going to fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. The Jedi Masters are here. The only problem is that gets you strung up in the town square when you do that. And Obi-Wan just straight up refusing to help the other Jedi. It's like, they're after me. You got to help me. He's like, I don't have to help you. No, you are mistaken in that notion, sir. I am hiding because I had to kill my little Annie.
And it's not even just he had to kill his little Annie, hell. But I mean, again, Obi-Wan's probably feeling like, he brought down the whole Jedi Order because Anakin was supposed to.
Did.
Well, because Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force. Everyone thought, oh, hey, it's going to balance to our side. No.
Like, honestly, sometimes you just have to give some concessions. I mean, Catholic priests, if you were married before, they don't make you get a divorce from your wife. I'm just saying, you got to make concessions sometimes, man.
What I will say is, first off, the idea that someone's supposed to bring balance to the Force misses the fact that means you're out of balance as a Jedi. So immediately when the Jedi say, oh, well, we serve the light side, this will bring balance to the Force, then that's not going to be good for the Jedi, clearly.
Mm-mm.
If you, just read the words that are written
They're like
on the
the
page.
Guardians, man. They don't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing.
They thought, oh,
they were flying by the seat of their pants.
Well, but that's the thing, is they thought they were balanced.
They got cocky.
Because they were the good guys. And then they had to turn out at the end and say, wait, are we the baddies? Because they were the baddies. As it turns out, the Jedi were the baddies. And here's something I'm going to say. Whatever else you want to say about Emperor Palpatine, apparently there is still a Galactic Senate that has a democratic process to elect senators. Now, maybe the Emperor has power over that Senate. Maybe the Emperor has veto over anything the Senate does. And there are these kind of limitations, obviously. But he hasn't ended democracy. He hasn't ended a voice for the people. He has just given the people arguably what they want in this galaxy.
Yeah, what's that?
Maybe the people wanted a horrible totalitarian crushing rule, but historically that is not unprecedented.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's generally. How it ends.
But one, does that Galactic Senate last? And two, what's the best way to have people not rise up against you? Let them think they're still a Galactic Senate.
Well, all I know was Leo Organa becomes a senator by A New Hope, freaking 20 years into his 1,000-year reign, as often happens when you have a 1,000-year reign.
Yeah, then they blow his planet up.
Well, no. I mean, her planet gets blown up, but then so does the Emperor's. It's like really, and we can even see right in this, like they just took over, and already the wheels are coming off the Emperor's cart because you have the Inquisitors there. We're looking for Kenobi. We're looking for Jedi, and the lady says, "This is the Outer Rim. You have no power here." And she gets her hand cut off. But this is a place where they have robot hands, like left and right. It's like, oh goodness, my hand fell off.
Is that a hand joke?
I don't know. I would still want my original organic hand, unless I had arthritis. Like it's just a thing. Robot hands are cool, but it takes a certain finesse to give yourself some love. I'm just saying.
You get a vibrating hand.
That's why
you get a vibrating hand. You get a vibrating hand.
Choke that chicken. I'm just saying, one hand is better than the other. A lot of times. Just
okay,
saying.
well, yeah,
Stranger danger's cool.
All I'm saying is, again.
I'm sorry, Charlie the Dragonsis. We have to stay on brand with dick jokes.
Yeah, no, and look, all I'm saying.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
The Empire does not have the power that we're meant to think they have. They have power on Coruscant, obviously. But again, I think that's kind of the situation where Coruscant's not upset by it. They weren't upset by it when the Galactic Republic was there, and quite frankly was just as bloated as corrupt as the Emperor. If anything else, maybe people are feeling that, it's a little less corrupt under the Emperor than what it was under the Galactic Senate. And again, he lets the Senate remain. He lets people have voices. There are diplomatic procedures.
And the trains run on time.
See that. Well, no,
most importantly, the trains run on time.
I am telling you.
Gas prices are low.
When Darth Vader bursts onto Leia's ship, she's like, you're in big trouble, mister. This is a diplomatic envoy. And it's like, and he doesn't just chop her in half there because he knows there's still rules.
I forgot that Hayden was coming back, and I was just like, oh, are you going to get some redemption? Because, look, let me tell you something about Ian McGregor, why I appreciate him as Obi-Wan. A young, hot Obi-Wan. He's committed to this character, and I'm just glad that the script gave him a chance to redeem that awful, stiff thing he had going in the prequels.
Whoa!
That's all. But he committed. Actually, he really wanted that movie to be a thing. He, gathered his friends round and made it happen, and turned it into a TV show. He made it happen.
I mean, I'm glad Hayden Christensen gets to come back and maybe redeem his character, but I'm like, do we really need him? I mean, isn't he going to be in the suit the whole time? And if not, he's going to be all, the faces and everything's going to be all messed up. I mean, do you honestly need Hayden Christensen?
Well, they'll do some Force.
Because it's probably going to be
it's going to be some shenanigans.
Yeah. If you do a Force Ghost, okay, I get it. I was going to say, it's still going to be James Earl Jones' voice, right? Better be.
We don't necessarily know that.
Oh, I hope so.
And they may do that.
Get him while he's still alive.
I was going to say, that's the guy who. That's the guy they need to record every English word in his voice.
He's already done that on his own accord.
Okay.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, they can do like what they do with the Hulk, where they overlay different people's voices on top of it. Because he's going to have the reverb, but this is also a younger Darth Vader.
Ah.
So
a younger, gentler Darth Vader.
Well, he could have a slightly higher register to. It's going to be a slightly different Vader, but Hayden Christensen, whatever his name is, will make it his own.
Find those droids!
I like the droids. I particularly liked Leia's little Lulu droid, or was it Lola or Lulu? Or Lolu? I forget. I want to say it was Lola. Was it Lola?
I don't think so.
It was something.
Yes, Ray. Matt Kona for Darth Vader. Yes.
But yeah, I thought that was a very fun droid. It was very playful. It was a floating droid, which is great. I like that.
They saw BB-8 and said, all right, let's do that again.
Yeah, well, except now, but they fly now, And it's the kind of droid that a little girl like that would you'd want them to have that. It's just that little thing that follows them around.
Could put it in her pocket, yeah.
Yeah, so that was sweet. I like that.
That was merchandise.
Of course,
I don't know.
All merchandise is sweet, Lilith.
I don't know if that
merchandise.
And that actress playing young Leia, I don't know if she's ever done anything else before, but I mean, she's amazing. She did a really good job. Yeah.
Well, handpicked by Disney. Duh.
Well, yeah, of course.
She came straight off the Disney farm, Phil. Obviously.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like Zendaya, Raven Simone. Yeah.
Right from the Disney field. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they grow them. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
If they keep her out of troublesome places, she'll do okay.
But no, I'm just saying. I mean, she's acted better. Of course, that's a Disney machine. But I was going to say she does some better acting than some adults. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
but you know what they say, you never want to share screens with kids and
I know, but I'm just saying, like, some of those scenes with her and Obi-Wan, like, trying to escape in the second episode, that could have got annoying.
Yeah, the second episode was obviously superior because they didn't have to do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. And again, I mean, that could have got annoying with a different actress, but, I mean, she did a great job.
Oh, yeah. You know what I really loved about it is that they really hit the fact that she is a very intelligent, very precocious, but still 10-year-old child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hate when they make 10-year-olds sound like they're 20. It is a pet peeve.
Exactly.
William from Arrow.
But
I don't know if you're going to be 20 or 8.
The thing is, they gave her that kind of adult speak. They let her talk like that, but then the minute something annoyed her, she was like, "No, look what I can do! Look what I can do! Look what I can do!
Look what I can do!" Stuart.
Mad TV reference.
Yes.
We're clear. We're 90s
Yes.
kids.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure, But that's the thing. It's like when she runs off and does her own thing, it works expressly because, you know what? Let's have her run off and do her own thing. Let's have her really cause problems for poor old Obi-Wan.
He deserves it.
And I do like that they did call out, he's like, no, I have to stay. I have to watch the boy. He's important. And her, and her father's like, that's the sister. She's important also, she's just as important.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's got boobs. She's the spare.
I mean, she's more at risk because, she's like kind of out there in the limelight. He's down on the farm in the middle of nowhere,
He said, Bob Evans, what now?
Aw.
Yeah, and actually,
he is yeah.
One of the things I kind of really liked about that was expressly the idea that, look, you have to help her because they don't know who she is, but they do know she's at risk.
Yeah.
Because she's part of the, Organa family.
Yeah.
She's a target because of that. And the biggest, they're not even looking at Owen Lars. I mean, and really, not for nothing, for 5 minutes, do some research, Inquisitors. You go up to Owen Lars. It's like, so, you ever see a Jedi? I love that he's like, yeah, Jedi are scum. I hate those jerks.
Well, she was still going to kill him. Yeah, she was still going to kill him.
But the fact of the matter is like, hey, wait, aren't you Anakin Skywalker's brother? Like, don't they have dossiers in the Empire? I know. No one can read in the Star Trek or Star Wars universe.
Oh!
You've never heard that myth that no one because all of the button it's just all press button that there's not they have writing on things but it's not really a language.
Yeah, but you think they're keeping record?
Not everybody can be Futurama, Charlie. Okay, not everybody can have a secret special.
You think they're keeping good records on Tatooine?
Absolutely not.
I would think someone would have wrote that down. This is Anakin Skywalker, the Emperor's right hand. You'd think the Emperor might have said, oh, make a note he has a brother. Okay, put a pin in that. Let's look back into that years later. It's like, nope.
That pin disintegrated.
They live in like the middle of the desert. Does he even know he's still alive? For all he knows, he might be dead.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
It was a known quantity.
I'm sure we'll back around to it.
Charlie, they went for the lazy route. They knew exactly where the Organas were. They went right,
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's weird that he even tells her he's Owen Lars. Because he's not Owen Skywalker, he's Owen Lars.
Mm-hmm.
And, but that doesn't ring any bells to this person who's supposed to be so obsessed with Kenobi that she didn't write down all of his contacts and all of Anakin Skywalker's contacts and all of, you're hunting Jedi, but you don't think to look at, who were people's families?
Well, and plus she's trying to curry favor with Vader. If she does find out that's his brother, do you really want to mess with the guy you're trying to get in good with's brother?
I mean, well, we saw what happened to his brother in the future, so.
I know, but that wasn't them though.
Well, I mean, that's a very interesting question.
That wasn't someone trying to get in good with Vader, was it?
Yeah, was it Vader who had them killed, or was it just some...
I thought it was just like a raiding part, like a Tusken Raiders or something. Yeah, I thought...
No, it wasn't Tusken Raiders. Tusken Raiders do not shoot that precisely. You know that.
Nobody shoots that precisely.
I said Tusken Raiders, not Stormtroopers.
No, that's...
Yeah, I believe it wasn't it wasn't any of Vader's people, so...
Who killed Uncle Owen and...
I don't think so. I didn't think so.
Really?
I didn't...
Okay. I
Come to me, Google.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, they don't show who killed them, and we do see that Tusken Raiders do...
I couldn't remember who, but I thought they name-checked whoever killed him.
No. In fact, it's strongly implied that it was the Empire, because this was before George Lucas wrote, and those guys are brothers. He didn't write that down until years later, At this point in history,
okay.
Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are still two different people.
I don't get
except they're not.
I don't get to say this a lot, but Charlie Esser was right. They were killed by stormtroopers looking for R2-D2 and 3C3PO. But I guarantee you they didn't know that was Vader's brother.
No, they didn't. But again, you would think that would be on a note somewhere. Although maybe that's the other kind of thing.
Hey man,
you're asking me too much.
He got famous. He forgot where he came from. Forgot all his family.
I mean, that's pretty much how his mom died. But you'd think maybe after that he might have been a little more. I don't know Vader's whole deal. I just know that there were a lot of poor choices made by Vader. That's what I'm going to say.
There's a lot of poor choices made by everybody. It's called convenient. Plot point is convenient.
Mm-hmm. It usually is.
That's what Star Wars is full of. Seriously. Sometimes you just gotta chill, relax, and just enjoy the pew-pew. You know what I mean?
I mean, once he became Vader, he really didn't care about anybody. He just wanted those kids so they can help him take, at least Luke, so they can help him take over.
It's a busy job running the Empire by yourself.
Yeah. And of course, I guess it is important to remember at this point.
I've got 4 dogs.
That's rough. Look at you got him at a loss for words.
And it's gone.
Hotel Wi-Fi. That's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, even the best hotels in the world, the Wi-Fi's crap.
So I was like, you sure you didn't get an Ethernet? There's an Ethernet cord in that hotel room somewhere. I'm just saying. I know this from experience.
Why would we do this? It's not like we've ever run into this situation before.
I was surprised that Jimmy Smits came back, but I guess he's not doing nothing either. So many people came back. Yeah. Very cool. That's my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh, did you see Anthony Anderson's not coming back for the next season of Law and Order? I'm like, he must have got a job. He must have got a job.
I mean, he's got that Blackish money, so.
He must have got a job. Ray. Charlie. I know, that's your favorite part of the show, Ray. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you're just stuck with us. Sorry.
Hold on. I have drops so you guys don't lose them.
Show me a pole and I'll dance on it.
There you go.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
I'm a dancer.
I love cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loves cocaine. Oh, I'm going to wear a gift mask.
I'm trying to remember if we're going to go into his love interest or not. But
who, Obi-Wan?
Yeah. We're going to need a sex scene. Sorry, Disney Plus.
Oh, damn.
I missed something. Sex scenes. Okay.
She wants to see you and McGregor's sex scene. That's all. Oh!
I mean,
Jeez, Noel. She's a little girl. Leave her alone. She probably couldn't see where she was running. It was all
better than you, bud.
Oh!
Okay.
Wow!
We're all old here.
No, Lilith wanted the sex scene. Noel said he liked the show other than the way the little girl ran. It was probably all green screen. Noel, she probably didn't could see where she was going. It's probably all green screen. And Ray said in the butt is fine, so.
We're all mad at you, Noel.
Wah!
We're trapped in a world, in a galaxy, far, far away.
Run away from Lil.
We never made.
She was 10. She was 10, Knowles. Oh, she looks 6. Oh, sorry. Hey, actresses in Hollywood always like to look younger. No, come on.
Well, no, casting directors always like to cast the youngest. It's a thing. Don't. Yeah.
Well, you always want to cast your child actors to look younger so they stay younger because, you don't shoot.
And make sure that they're older than they look because of, child labor laws. Anywho.
There's different ways that it works, too, yeah.
Nobody wants to pay for an on-set tutor. Trust me, that's like the worst thing.
Trust me, no, it's Disney. They got 20 different reasons why she's 10 and looks 6. Trust me.
Anyway, I can't tell the difference between a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Father
so
of 2.
I'll just leave it at that. Because, I don't really track how old children are. Because I don't deal with children. So, it's like...
Father of 2.
Yeah, father of 2. It's like, they tell me
they're
how old
teen-agers now.
Yeah.
So.
And I still couldn't tell you how old they actually are.
Oh, Pops!
Yes, no, he has 2 children, and they're both boys are teenagers. So.
Is it time for you to move out yet? That's the only.
Tristan, you're 13. Didn't you get a job yet?
Speaking from experience, for somebody that got luggage for.
Oh, please! I'm surprised he doesn't have his own paying YouTube thing yet.
Well, it's hard to get followers.
Trust me.
Oh, preach to the choir, brother.
Anyway.
All hail the algorithm.
So, yeah. And I did realize before I lost contact there that actually because the Emperor told Vader that his wife and children are dead, they don't know to be looking for Luke or Leia, so the Vader is keeping...
Yeah.
Sidious is keeping that all under wraps, so that's why no one knows this stuff, because Sidious doesn't want Vader to find out. Yeah,
because he wanted him full angry and hot. Yeah, that's why he told him. He's like, oh yeah, the both, she died in childbirth, and both those kids died. Yeah, that's how he got him full.
For all we know, he told him that, Owen died.
Maybe.
You have nothing but me. Oh, what an abusive relationship when you start really thinking about it.
You think?
Coming from the expert.
No, everything's consensual.
I mean, it should always be. But not with Sith though. Sith are not big on consent.
Well, yeah, that's how he pushed them completely over the edge. He's like, "Oh yeah, your love died, and your children died.
You did all this for nothing, bud. Join me.
You sacrificed the high ground for nothing."
As you usually do.
It's a tragedy. Anyway.
In 6 parts. Coming to a conclusion on June 22nd.
By the way, I really liked, what's his name? Because that was the thing, the phony Jedi, was he actually a youngling who escaped? Or was he just pretending to be a Jedi?
What, in the town there?
Yeah, well, I'm
in episode 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know if we were jumping ahead or.
Oh yeah, no. I didn't know who you were talking about.
The girl running, but yeah, I guess the girl was running in the first one too. So.
I just thought he was like a con man or something.
Well, yeah, but you could also have been a youngling who escaped, but didn't have the force training, but he still knows that this is a way to make money off of his life, and you're hiding, and it's 10 years later.
Way to get yourself killed.
Well, except he's not using the Force; he's just using the magnet.
Oh yeah, wasn't that Kumail Nanjiani from Eternals?
Yeah.
That was I thought that was him. Yeah,
I know. Was it Kinga or Kingo?
Yeah,
yeah.
Casting. I was wondering who was going to bring it.
Oh yeah, Flea.
He's been kind of busy doing a lot of this stuff lately, though. I forget what other show he was in or movie or something.
Who was Flea
Flea's
playing?
done this
He was the bald guy.
The Grand Inquisitor?
No.
That was Rupert Friend.
He looked human. He looked.
the leader of the child kidnappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Zach Nukru, whatever, the bounty hunter.
And not for nothing. That's you take the job to get a kid. They're never gonna. He's never gonna be a Ravager.
from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, babes.
He's foreign.
Better than David Navarro.
Yes.
That's at Lil Hellfire. It's fine. It's fine.
Fight me, nerd.
What am I thinking of then? So, okay. Oh, never mind. That's why. For it's a weird thing. Flea and Slash are in my brain right next to each other.
That's at Charlie Esser.
Well, you need to refile.
That's not Charlie Esser.
No, it's like I saw
Sacrilege! Seize him!
What? Guns N' Roses are a good band.
Yeah, I know, but never mind.
I don't know, man.
Little the band of chip.
Yeah.
That's at Charlie Esser.
Whatever.
Band the chip.
But I did not like. I don't like bounty hunters that take that kind of a gig, man. And like, no one had a problem with it. Like, oh, kidnap a 10-year-old girl, sure.
That's low hanging fruit, you know. Of course, that's easy.
They had a hard enough time doing it, though.
Yes, he's not good at his job. He's basically the Frank Castle of bounty hunters.
Oh,
I'm just saying. It was pretty messed up, man. Just that idea that anyone takes that job, it's disturbing. And I liked the Inquisitor really calling out the third sister on, she's just a hot-headed loose cannon playing by her own rules.
Relatable. Exactly. Relatable.
It can't be, man. There's no
It's a hard
Empire.
job, but somebody has to do it, Charlie.
There is an eye in Empire, but we're not supposed to care about the eye in Empire. The eye in the Empire only works when it's part of the rest of the Empire.
M&E too.
I mean, at this point, you can just assume John Williams is going to come back. He only did like the opening, but I guess somebody else did the rest of the scoring and stuff, so they couldn't afford him for the whole time. 6 episodes, that's a lot.
Also, the man is 173, so he may also be like rolling down in his life, Okay, look, people. I'm going to tell you this: people that were established stars in the 70s, they're older now. Because it's 60 years later.
Older people can do whatever they want.
I understand.
He's
that.
only 90. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
How dare you shame?
Take better care of himself than George R.R. Martin, I'll tell you that.
Oh! That's at Lil Hellfire.
I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I'm saying, maybe the guy actually, it's sort of like, they can say, hey, do you want to do this? And it's like, I might want to do a couple things, but it's like, I've got
a limited hangout. Gotcha.
He has a whole stack of money that he sleeps on every night.
That's very true. That's very true. But my whole point is, he still tours and stuff doing the soundtrack of John Williams. So, like I said, he's very,
Yeah, but that's also fun for him. Yes. Yeah. That's a lot of fun when you just do this, and like, play that music, that's fun. But like sitting down, writing new scores,
it's
having
all the same. Spoilers for Star Wars.
I'm just saying, he'll probably come back and do a couple. He'll do a few songs, and they're also recycling his old themes because they have all that because they want to bring back those old themes. In fact,
the nostalgia. Let's put on our nostalgia goggles.
He already wrote all these themes. So
I'll see what the next episode does. I'm just not feeling like when you compare it to and you shouldn't compare it to Mandalorian, but come on. They made the Mandalorian a smash hit, out of nothing.
Well, and I guess
smash it.
Here's what it's like, every so often. So here's the thing. Here's the real thing of it. Mandalorian and Rogue One were both these kind of underdog, nobody knew what to expect, really blew the fandom away kind of stories. Because they weren't in any way bound to that precious canon that Lilith was talking about earlier. So that there was not someone sitting there saying, well, that's not canon. It's like, you don't know what canon is. This is a whole new story we're telling. We're not even on Tatooine. It looks like it, but trust me, it's not, Maybe it was later. But anyway, the whole point is that unlike Boba Fett, unlike Obi-Wan, unlike everybody else, you can tell your own story and make something completely different. You can have a situation where you're meeting people in the Empire who are just soldiers, and are fighting their own part in the war, and that's an interesting thing. And you're going to have ex-Imperial troopers, too, who are like, you know what? I don't trust these guys, other than having to get the plans to for the Death Star. Yeah, I understand that. That's not the point. The point is that it is outside of...
None of those characters that we actually cared about, but we ended up caring about. I get you. Yeah. I follow you, Charlie.
And that's what the Mandalorian
But yeah, Book of Boba Fett was... too, so...
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it.
You mean Mandalorian season 2.5?
Yeah, without the charm. Fair
enough, I mean, not everything is for everybody. I always say that. Ewoks...
yeah. Ewoks are always going to be better than everybody, okay?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Ewoks...
Come on, Ray.
Are beasts. They look cute, but they're like,
I was there day one.
That's why I love them.
I was there day one.
They're cute but deadly.
I know, they're like little small cute, but they're about to eat your face off unless you can make the chair levitate.
They're going to fall from the trees. They're going to rip you apart with their superhuman Ewokian strength. They're like
and roasting you over an open fire. They had some of those those stormtroopers roasting on an open fire. I'm just saying,
sentient creatures is not frowned upon in that galaxy.
It's not frowned upon in our galaxy. What are you talking about?
Well, anything that can...
Even the grass doesn't want to be eating people. I'm just saying, you just have to deal with it.
I wouldn't call grass sentient.
That's that Charlie Esser.
I was gonna say you don't smoke the kind Lilith. You don't smoke the kind Lilith does.
The grass is talking to you. Pass it over.
Smoke the doobie.
Anyway, but no.
Why are they Ewoks versus Platypus wins? Ewoks versus Platypus wins.
Ewoks versus Vader.
Wait, one platypus versus one Ewok, or several,
or an army of both
versus a team of platypi. That's a difference.
I'm saying one platypus can solo at least a band of Ewoks. You don't know about a platypi? That's on you.
I'm not saying
superior puss. That's where that was going. That's where that joke was going. Superior puss.
It really depends. Are they on the water or are they on the land? Because
platypus got both, bro. They got them both covered.
Yeah, but Ewoks also got the trees.
Yeah, you always gotta watch out for the trees. That is true.
In fact,
that's what Lilith says every day.
That is one of the most deadly builds, is because most things can't climb trees. So if you can climb trees and then jump out of trees,
oh god, we fell into the trap. Are we talking about duckbill platypuses? No.
Yeah, thank you. See, Ray, he's from down there. He knows.
Hey-o.
I was obsessed with platypi when I was younger. Absolutely obsessed.
Venomous spurs. Ooh. Just like Lilith.
They're not to be effed with, man.
So are there
they're also cute but
platypi?
deadly. That's my point.
So are there non-duck-billed platypi?
You know how duck I'm pretty sure there's at least one species.
There's at least one. Okay. You know what? It's like the lesser apes. There's only one lesser ape. Which I believe is the gibbon.
And we don't talk about that like their name's Bruno.
But it's just the entire there's all other apes are the great apes except for this one ape that is the lesser ape.
Is it a lemur?
It might be the lemur. I think it's the lemur. No, lemurs I think are not apes because they have tails.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No, I think it's the gibbon. I think the gibbon is
the gibbon.
The gibbon is the one lesser ape, and it's like,
and he's very bitter about it. He missed it by this much.
Why don't I get to be?
Oh!
And it's like there's no other great apes.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, okay.
All right, enough of
back to the story.
So we got 2 yays and 1 nay for Obi-Wan. Or are you on the fence still? Are you liking it? I mean, are you guys big Star Wars people? Because for me, for a long time, I think the prequels are okay because those were actually came out when I was in high school or whatever. So they're technically my Star Wars, but original trilogy is my Star Wars actually.
I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I got into it more, in the 21st century. But I mean, I watch all the stuff now, so I'm here for it. I'm giving it a chance.
The one question you always need to weed people out, much like can Superman be Hulk, is do you like the holiday special? And that tells you everything you need to know about a person.
Well, everyone should like the holiday special. That was...
See? Case in point.
Okay. Here's the thing.
I just set you up for it. Don't mind me, Chad.
I know, but here's the thing about Star Wars and the holiday special in general. It's fantasy. And it's silly, and it's silly in its extravagance, even when it's being dramatic. Much like comic books, the other thing I love. It's like, it can be really deep and really introspective at times. And then also sometimes it's fun space wizards and B. Arthur running a diner. It's everything you want, and then a little bit more, because it's a whole universe. And in a whole universe, you're going to have every stupid thing that exists. Because in our own one little planet, everything we know, both the ridiculous and the sublime, all exist on this planet. So if you're going to be a whole galaxy, you're going to have lots of different things, lots of different people, lots of different perspectives.
Did you hear the patter of feet where you weren't supposed to?
What?
There's going to be holidays, And Wookiee Life Day, I think, I love the fact that Life Day has gotten so commercialized, everyone celebrates Life Day now.
Festivus!
Exactly. It's like Christmas in Japan, I don't know, we just do it, we get some fried chicken.
I was going to say, you go to KFC.
Yeah. Because why not? And it's a fun excuse to have.
Ray, I hope you're being facetious. If not, you just broke my heart. That was way too much.
Oh, Ray.
But yeah, let's get into comics, because I got some good comics.
Okay.
Since Ray's here.
Oh my!
I got the variant cover, the Asian American Pacific Islander month variant.
Ooh, I didn't even see that one.
And I got the other variant. I just put that up for this one too. So for Devil's Reign Omega.
Oh. So. Omega. All right, Charlie, you want to go first?
Okay. Well, I got two indies that I read because I actually didn't get to Radiant Red yet, but I don't.
I know. I
had to do.
You're driving. We know.
I tried to watch Star Trek too, and I watched it, but I had to work at the same time, so it was very complex. Anyway, so you know what? So let's do Sublime first, then we'll do Ridiculous. So, Department of Truth, what number is this? Number 18. Really good story as usual, and there is so much. I mean, this whole series is just. You want to talk about unadaptable comic books. This makes, Watchmen look like the Watchmen, quite frankly. They jump around so much, there's a lot going on, but it all connects in a weird way, or at least you think it connects, and that builds the connection. It starts off 1991 in Moscow. Lee Harvey is meeting Peter Gregor, who is the head of the Ministry of Lies for the Soviet Union. And they're just discussing about, the fall of communism, yada, yada, yada. And you have this basic thing where, Gregor's like, why do you think this is over? Why do you think this has ended? Nothing ends. There was a balance before, and now that balance is gone, and you think of that as the triumphal end story with your mighty eagle flying over everyone else, but everyone else barely likes you now. What makes you think they're going to like you more now that you're unopposed? And it is it's a nice little exchange. They get their McDonald's fries, and Grigori in this even makes the point. I understand, because this is what, if my side had won, I would be doing the same thing, coming to your country now, embracing communism, and having my, borscht with you, Goes on, we get back to Matt and his boyfriend. Is it Matt? I always forget which one's Maddie. Yeah, but his boy, and he's just having a hard time with everything he's had to deal with in the ministry. His partner is getting on him because, the star-faced man, which is a whole thing. And, she makes the point that if he wants to leave, they'll have to kill him. And he's like, really? He's like,
what you wish for.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, no, not necessarily really, but quite frankly, do you see any, you see everyone here, they're all ancient. it's because if you do leave, we have to watch you forever. And it's like, not good. But, and then we will kill you if you ever step out of line. But there's a whole thing where Maddie goes on a date with his boyfriend, and they have this other guy who's a drunk and an idiot, as you do. And then, of course, Lee walks over to get Maddie, and and he's like not sure if he can introduce him. It's like, no, that's okay. He can't introduce me. Just call me Alec for right now. Then they walk across the mall, and we get to the fact, and by the way, there's this whole thing in this with the black hats and Blake, who's I guess he's supposed to be a cross between Rupert Murdoch and the Koch brothers, who's running the black hats because he's trying to manipulate reality to prove what he wants to be real. Although in some cases he does know, he thinks that the truth he's been given is a falsehood, which is true, but so is the falsehood that he sees as well. So it's complex. But they get to where Peter Grigori was killed. It's on the moon landing because it's a statement that the black hats know.
Huh. And a rocket just crashed into the moon not too many days ago. Interesting.
Oh, a rocket crashed into the moon? I didn't know that.
Allegedly.
You got to remind people the moon's there, otherwise, you forget about it.
Until it's a full moon, that's so true.
Yeah.
Or a new moon.
But, and that ties into the whole fact that we did land on the moon, but only because we faked the moon landing. And then that created the belief to retroactively make it so that we did land on the moon and then could continue to land on the moon again and again. Because once people believed we had landed on the moon, landing on the moon was no problem because now everything worked. But you had to create the myth. And that's why I like Star Wars. Because they create a myth. And people believe in the Force. And
the comics are always going to be superior to anything they put out at this point.
Well,
that's true.
That's true of anything. Comic books will always be...
Unless you're talking DC Comics, that's not true.
Well, okay. I'm talking about...
It's one of the big two, Charlie. You can't just act like it doesn't exist, bud.
I think the big two are Dark Horse and Marvel.
You know what? One day I might need DC money, so I'm going to just...
No, actually, I like DC. DC can do a good book when they want to.
An ambush bug?
Yeah. Really, their Suicide Squad with Ambush Bug was great. All you just need to do is
Ambush Bug Squad.
Yeah, really, I really want to see Task Force Lex. I want to see Lex Luthor's just running that team with Rick Flag and Ambush Bug and the whole 9 yards, and they're just running Black Ops for Lex Luthor. Because Lex Luthor, not that bad of a guy when he's not trying to actively hurt people. He doesn't want to actively hurt people because that's not what...
He's much like Tony Stark, and this is how you know Tony Stark's a villain. They just want their genius and brilliance to be acknowledged. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, he might be more akin to Doom, but he's not a dropout. And he's actually successful in most of his endeavors. And he did have sex with Lois. So, I don't know, he's way more successful than...
Yeah, I mean, really, the big thing about Doom is...
Ooh, Animal Man! Sorry, ADD.
Animal Man.
I love Animal Man.
People love
But I do want to talk about my indie pick of the week. It's from Dynamite Entertainment. It's Elvira, obviously.
Oh!
In HorrorLand. It's the one in HorrorLand. So basically this one is like, we know from the last book, actually, that movies create their own pocket dimensions. And now she's lost in the multiverse of movies because everything's the multiverse now. It's fine. It's fine. I'll let it go. So this book we're doing Psycho. And let's just say the art is not safe for work.
Whoa!
I like it. Although we should be clear, it's Block's Motel.
Yes.
With Norbert Block.
Yes. For tax purposes.
For various reasons, we cannot say who these people are or what we're discussing here. Yeah. I mean,
you know how to push a broom?
Yes.
Are you lost, little girl? Those are the vibes, bro. Those are the vibes.
I love this book. I like when he's messing with Norbert's head because she knows the lines before he says them. And then, she's thinking about leaving the blonde. And then, she's like, you know what? I can't. So she basically tells her what's going on. And
get out, hit the bricks, sister.
Well, they do a plan to catch Norbert, and they do. And again, not safe for work, but there you go. It's tasteful. It's tastefully tasty.
No, I give you that. It's very tasteful, but just don't be caught reading this on your lunch break. That's all. As an HR person, former HR person, please save yourself the trip to the office.
But then what's cool is after they subdue Norbert, what's his name? Happy Hogan shows up. No, not Happy Hogan. What was his name? Not John Favreau. Who's the other guy that was in Swingers?
Vince
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn shows up.
And worst of all, Vince Vaughn. He was a Stan Lee character. Changed my mind.
I don't know what's going on.
And he gets dressed up in his wig and bathrobe and goes to try to kill and doesn't. And then, of course, Elvira finds the magic remote that's going to take her to the next universe because that's the MacGuffin. And then we have, for copyright purposes, not Alfred Hitchcock, who basically
I forget what was it? I can't remember now, but it was a funny like so close.
Yeah,
Albert Pitchbrook or something like that.
Yeah, well, they do reference Psycho and Hitchcock in the scene, but then when we get to it, it's just a little off.
It's an illusion. It's an homage.
Yes.
Please don't sue us.
And next.
Well, she did meet Vincent Price, so
Oh yeah, Well,
which is the same guy. David Avalon did that one as well. So.
And Vincent Price does license his image for this purpose.
Oh yeah, he's about as bad as Stan Lee was.
Oh yeah.
He'll get his shekel. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Well, hey,
that's the name of the game, especially back then.
I, for one, am glad that Stan Lee's character is back, and because you know what, the people who own those,
we demanded it.
Yeah, people who own that likeness, that's their bread and butter, and I think that's what Vincent would want, and I think that's what Stan would want. Big hams that they were, But next episode, things are going to get shiny. Love this series.
I love Elvira. I wish they would do the TV show again.
Well, again, I think that's a part of Cassandra's life that she's.
I know that chapter has closed. That's why we have the comic book.
It's not that I'm sure she would love to do that forever too. But at a certain point, for any entertainer, it's like, I've done a lot. All right, Philip, what do you got?
Never enough until you're dead. Anyway,
There's a drop. I know Lilith knows exactly where I'm going, and I'm sure she read it.
King Spawn!
Gunslinger, number 8. No, the best one.
That was the trade that came out this week. My bad. Gunslinger.
I'm still here for it. And Lilith loved it. There was a bar fight.
Yeah. I was like, relatable content. Thank you, McFarlane and Company.
I know, and still that impressive Brett Booth art. I mean...
Ray has a question.
Fine, Ray. Wait.
Give the patrons what they want.
I know.
He's actually up pretty late or early.
What do you prefer, Elvira or Vampirella?
I actually prefer Red Sonja over all of them, but Elvira is my queen. I love like when you're talking comic books, I prefer Elvira.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if he was talking Elvira or Vampira.
No, Vampirella.
Yeah, well, Vampirella, yeah. Yeah, I've always loved Elvira since House of Mystery, man. That is the character. How did DC let that go?
Lilith,
I literally don't know. I literally saw a T-shirt and I got so mad. I was like, I don't want it.
Lilith,
the shopkeeper was like, look what I got. House of Mystery DC. I'm like, I don't want it.
Hey, Lilith.
Talk about it.
Lilith, they both intrigue Ray.
I bet.
But
I mean, honestly, Barbarella greater than all of them. So whatever.
Oh my. But no, Lilith, you still in agreement? Gunslinger Spawn still the greatest for the Spawn book?
I was gonna say. So we both agree that this is the best Spawn book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Spawn and King Spawn. Gunslinger's got your beat. It's just pure fun.
No, it's more straightforward.
It's like you don't have to think too hard. It's just fun. It's just punch them up.
It's more straightforward. Yeah, there's no insidious plots.
There's no plots. There's no politics. Like it's just.
Or we're gonna trick you into being the king of hell. Nothing like that. We're just it's just good old.
That's a big stack you got there, Phil.
Did you see that, huh?
I don't even know what I was looking at there. So
Dutch angles? You don't know that? Oh yeah, he doesn't. Oh yeah, he doesn't know what bags and boards look like. Sorry.
Oh, I remember what they look like.
Back in my day, we ripped the cover off and traded them. See, Charlie's not that old, actually. So.
No, I remember. You know, it was another way that comic book stores could make extra money selling you worthless.
Yes, I believe in the cottage industry surrounding the comic.
I get them free with
the long boxes, the short boxes, the grading scam.
I get them free with my subscription.
Don't get me started on the grading scam.
I get them free.
I support it all.
I get them free with my subscription. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
well,
I know.
see,
I'm just saying.
that is how you know that is a very well appointed store. That's a store that's doing very well.
For quality.
Like, actually, yeah, I mean, there was a time when my stores would do that too, and then I guess at a certain point they just said, no one cares. Either they figured it was a way to save money, or they figured it was too expensive. But yeah.
Then those waste disposal people took over.
Well, and to be fair, it is super wasteful. It is like, I know you want to keep it forever, but let's be honest, that's stuff Luca's going to have to deal with someday in the future.
Oh my God, why did my best friend just tell me that? She's like, you're not going to leave that to your godchildren. I was like, I was. I was.
Well, I mean, Luca may want it because Luca's kind of a smart, nerdy kid, and maybe he'll be as into it.
I told him he could save him.
He's just going to sell it on eBay in one big lot. Yeah. He's like, 5,000 for the lot, and Phil just rolls over in his grave.
At that point, they're just be able to put stuff on eBay.
Man's collection.
Hey, at that point, they're just going to be able to put stuff on eBay through their telepathic implant. They're like, yeah, you want the whole lot? Psh, there you go.
No, you joke, but there are already people that actually have that right now.
Really?
I'm serious. Like, that happened like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I know. But they're not good. It's not like you can do things with it.
I know you can, like, scratch your friend from across the room. I know. I'm just saying, that's just what they want the public to know. Who knows what the
Lilith is like, come back when I can download porn directly into my brain.
But that's.
That's what the VR is for. It's fine. I'll settle for the VR. Careful with those parental controls, Shirley. On their
Although, if you've seen Batman Forever,
oh God, I'll watch that today. Sorry.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal.
Truly.
That was.
We'll get into that tomorrow on Patreon.
Can I just talk about the best DC book really quick? Because I know neither one of you probably read it.
What?
Swamp Thing number 13.
Nope.
No, you guys, like, seriously, this is like giving throwback vibes.
Okay.
So the Alan Moore days and
stuff.
Oh,
really?
Like, they're actually caring about, like, the Parliament. Like, we got a new Parliament forming, so this is, like, the perfect time to jump in right now.
Oh, nice.
Issue 13. I mean, you missed a lot, but, like, it's just, building the world and stuff. But it's pretty similar to the old stuff. And, like, Swamp Thing actually has a personality again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to catch up. Yeah, because the last couple runs I haven't been too impressed with.
Let me ask a question. So this is the new Parliament of the Green or one of the other parliaments?
It's one of the other parliaments, actually.
Okay, so which
And
parliament?
they're fighting with the Parliament of the Green. Like, it's a whole thing now. They want white humans out. Everybody agrees humans are terrible. So I'm like, well, actually, Abby's not that bad, and I still like getting my fuck sucked. So let's slow down here on this.
What is turnip?
That's what it feels like.
Got some mighty roots there. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Why do you think? Poison Ivy is not straight, and she was still thinking about like, hey, man. Just saying.
The Swamp Thing is not the man thing, so...
Wow! Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it's a very different art style.
Much to untrained people. Yes, very different.
Yeah, but, with man thing, it's on his face, so...
But yeah, no, I think it's a perfect time. Like, it's Ram writing it. He's just really kind of knocking it out of the park with his DC books lately, so... I think he really has an affinity for the character, so I'm glad that it's in, like, it feels like it's the character's in safe hands.
I guess what I was going for there with the parliament is, like, is it different plant parliaments within the green, the way that they have the Parliament of the Flowers?
Yeah, it's like that.
Or is it like Parliament of the Red and the Parliament of the...
No, it's like Parliament of the Flowers.
Because they had, like, the fungi parliament, which was cool. I think that was the Parliament of the Black. Mold spores and fungi.
And it's not just Earth, it's like a couple of other planets too. So it's like we might be getting intergalactic with Swamp Thing, which is like that. I'm just like, somebody get Frank Miller, just get him high. Or, get freaking Morrison. Get him high on some ayahuasca and just draw that Swamp Thing in space. That's the dream, kids. That is the dream.
It could work.
Any other?
Anywho, back to Charlie. Sorry, I'm really excited about how good
I can still talk comic books. I had my 2 indies there because, like I said, I didn't get to Radiant Red, so I don't know if you guys did, but we can talk that next week if you didn't. Then the rest I've got is like Spider-Man 2099, Captain Carter, Avengers Into a Safer Avengers. So
yeah, that's fine. Phil, do you have anything that you can't talk about on Avengers?
I mean, oh god, Punisher 3 came out.
It sure did, and it stayed on the shelf.
Well, they revealed Frank's first kill was when he was a child.
Well, okay,
not to say it, but he's kind of a lunkhead. So
10 years old. A local mobster. Well, a local mobster was like killed this couple. No one knows why. One of them must have pissed this mobster off. So Frank catches him later, lights him on fire, and burns him to death. So
he's been a psycho since day
so of course the hand
that actually means he's a serial killer. But I guess we knew that.
Yes, and the hand and the hand is like, yes, excellent.
It was me, Barry, the whole time. Really, probably.
So the hand are like, the woman in charge. She's like, yeah. So when your family got killed, that didn't create the Punisher.
Stop lying to yourself, kid.
Yeah, I mean, there is a strong argument for that,
And then, of course,
that traumatic moment.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that, this serial killer who went to Vietnam to kill everyone was actually mentally was all
the whole time. Yeah,
it's like, oh.
But of course, Punisher's
he was a very
water makes things wet, people.
Hey-o.
He's a very high functioning sociopath who said, "Oh, you mean I can just kill people if I do this?"
Sometimes competent.
Sign me up.
And of course, his wife is freaking out. His resurrected wife is freaking out. Where's the kids? Where's the kids? We left them in the park.
Oh, yeah, this is not going to end well.
Yeah, so he was going to go with the ninjas to fight Ares, and he just sends some ninjas so he can stay with the wife. And they're just like, Ares sees that as a huge insult, so Ares is not happy with Frank Castle.
So this was like a set match that they were going to fight.
I don't know if it was a set match, but he's like, oh, the hand's going to come at me. They're not going to send the Punisher and these guys with,
Yeah, well,
which is a bunch of faceless red ninjas. He's like,
yeah,
it's all you're worth, bud, because nobody cares about you.
Hey, I like Ares.
We haven't seen him since the 90s. Pipe down.
No, we saw him during Dark Reign. And
before that, though, come on.
No, he had a great scene. I mean, honestly, his mini was great, where he trains the people. And you know that he has a many hoofed horse baby too. It's one of those things him and Loki have in common.
Oh my. Well, obviously we're gonna save this for our big round table.
Yeah.
So
Devil's Reign Omega. Yeah, that's right. Tune into the Devil You Know, the Daredevil podcast.
Variant covers, people.
Episode 38. Ray, Russell, and Justin will be joining us, and Rebecca. So it'll be good. We'll talk Mayor Cage because he finally gets some screen time.
Yeah, hopefully. I haven't read it yet, so.
Oh my.
Oh, no spoilers.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we done?
Yeah.
I got another show to do.
I know you do. All right. So all right, kids. Send your thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi, the comics, anything coming up. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram. Find links to all of your social medias for all the shows we do. Links to the YouTube channel. Everything we do gets a video, and it's completely free. So everyone, please subscribe to the YouTube so you don't miss a second of everything we do.
Smash it.
And most important, check out the Patreon. $3 to $5 gets you the exclusive content. Early access to creator interviews, Mr. DG Chichester with me and Lilith Hellfire every month.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Like we said.
And don't forget there's a cash app link in the show notes. If you're just feeling generous, if you hit the lottery and you want to choose $10, $15, it's always somebody's birthday here.
That's right. Every day is Lilith Hellfire's birthday, so send her money every day.
Make it rain!
And hey, if you're a patron, maybe you can join us on specials like our upcoming Devil's Reign Omega Roundtable. But yes, Cash App in the link.
Make it rain.
And also on the Patreon, superhero movie brackets, we will find the worst superhero movie of all time.
Even if it kills Phil,
and it will.
Like it might.
May episode, Batman Forever versus Batman and Robin. We're going to be
trashing Batman, Ray's favorite episode.
I know, Ray's going to be... I don't want to say what Ray's been going to be doing. All right, but if that's not enough for you, you can pick up some Capes and Lunatics and some Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks
Great
merch.
place to keep your Reese's cups.
Hell, ooh. I thought you didn't like chocolate and peanut butter.
Now I do. It's a thing. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, find a link to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics.
It's not for me.
Oh.
Sometimes you gotta keep your blood sugar up, man.
Gotta keep those men well nourished. Love Hellfire, where can people find you?
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course, on Instagram at, you guessed it, Lilith Hellfire69. Yeah. Either do the 6 or do the 9. Do them both, Philip. Put it here. Let me get a ride on your alligator back, bro. Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Charlie Esser.
Well, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our mothers and fathers once did, at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on the Twitter as I live tweet things when I feel like it. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing. Is there anything to even live tweet anymore? Like, honestly?
Well, I mean, Stargirl's going to come back eventually.
In the fall.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's not a lot.
I didn't stutter.
Follow me on social media. This is when I do what I'm going to do.
Hey, you know what? I was only on Twitter that much anyway, so...
Ever since Musk bought it, it's a dying thing. Don't worry about it.
And on that cheerful note, for another week, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics! Shout out to our patrons in the chat. Thanks for keeping us company tonight.
You mean Ray?
Noel was here for me.
Noel's not a patron!
Oh, my bad. My dad.
Don't thank him for nothing. Something he didn't do.
Maybe that'll guilt him into doing it.
Oh, please. He wants me to do a live read. Should make him pay the cash app. Alright, kids. Come back next week. And remember, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hide your wife, hide your kids.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. It's time to get your Khonshu on.